Well, hi there, my name's Robert Martin and I'm the host of Logos Live with the City Bible Forum, and today I'm in a cafe in the city and I'm joined with some of the guests of our inaugural Logos Live series. We've got Shane Rogerson, Tracy Lauersen and James Hornby. It's great you could join us here today.
Thanks, Robert.
Now, Logos Live, our opening series is talking about Easter. Now it's claimed that it's the week that changed the world. What do you think? Is Easter that important? Is it really the week that changed the world? What are your thoughts about Easter? Why is it important?
It's terribly important. I think Easter for the Christian is like Anzac Day for the war veterans. This moment where we remember a terribly significant moment in history. It's also a moment of great victory. And so having that in our calendar each year is fantastic because each year we get to reflect on what happened and what was the significance of it for us.
Yeah. James, Shane, do you have a similar? Is it like the Anzac Day? Is it something?
I think that's a great analogy, Tracy. I think one of the things I like about Easter and the story is the fact that it's unexpected. It's completely unexpected in terms of Jesus and the week that he entered into Jerusalem. The crowds. This guy's a local Palestinian legend by this time, and they're expecting something completely different. And I think that really speaks to us in terms of why were their expectations so different, and what does it mean for Jesus to go through what he did? And I think it speaks of something far greater than simply a man who I guess many wanted to be, a revolutionary in the social sense.
Yeah. So you mentioned there that it's unexpected, Shane. Is that something? So if you're engaging the Easter story, that's what we're going to be doing through the opening Logos Live series. Unexpected. Is that something that you think that we'll be encountering?
Can I say first that Anzac is probably the most holiday for a Melbourneian.
Yeah.
And what happened 100 years ago on Anzac Cove has shaped us as a nation. But the challenge of Easter is to see the way that who Jesus is and what he has done, and the stamp, the claim that he makes over the whole of life, how that's actually shaped humanity for the last 2,000 years. So maybe we haven't done such a good job for Melbourne in explaining and showing how significant that is. But anyone who gets into the story of Jesus and sees who he is and sees the kind of difference that he makes, I think it's incredibly compelling, it's beautiful, it's powerful, and very relevant for Melbourne today.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the reasons we're doing this Logos Live series, the week that changed the world. And we're going to encourage people to actually read the story for themselves. So is that something that you'd recommend people to do, to try to? What are your thoughts on actually people engaging the story for themselves?
Yeah, absolutely, because the further away we get from an event in history, the more myth and things not true can surround it. So we have an opportunity to go back to the very source documents that talk about the events of Jesus' death and the witnesses, resurrection and so on. So it is the perfect time to do it. It's a perfect thing to do.
Yeah, so it's kind of scraping back, getting back to the sources, to the original words, to sort of make up your own mind about what you think about the Easter story. So, do you think it'd be worthwhile for someone, maybe if you're not a Christian believer, to engage and read it for yourself?
Oh, absolutely. I think as Tracy said, one of the things that, the Easter story is so familiar in many respects. We all think we know it, but unless you've actually taken the time to read it, I think you'd be really surprised at how different the account is to what we think we know. And so I think irrespective of whether or not you'd say you're a Christian or you don't have a Christian faith, it's a really good thing to actually take the time to read it so you can form your own opinion rather than just gleaning others' opinions and thinking that you know.
Well, that's what we're doing with this Logos Live series. We're doing the week that changed the world. We're looking at the story of Jesus' life over a period of weeks. We're going to run a number of different forums. These are some of our guests for our opening series. Jane, what are you looking forward to about the Logos Live series?
Well, I'm looking forward to actually getting to have the opportunity to share more about the real Jesus. The Hobbit, great movie. We've learned to understand Tolkien and the Hobbit through Peter Jackson. And I sat down with a Hobbit fan the other day. I said, "What do you think of the movie?" And they said, it's just not the Hobbit. That's Peter Jackson's view of the Hobbit. The great thing about getting back into the scriptures and and this week that changed the world is actually getting back to the source, is actually reading it for yourself and seeing the difference making. And that's the most exciting thing, because when people meet Jesus on the pages of Scripture, it is actually transformational.
I'd just say amen to that, and it's a good opportunity for us to engage about these things. So thanks for organising.
No, my pleasure. Well, Logos Live is our inaugural lunchtime series, running from the 12th of March to the 16th of April in the city. 8 lunchtime forums. These are some of our guests, and we hope that you can join us for what will be an excellent opportunity to explore the week that changed the world. Thanks very much.